Thank you again for attending this call. قبل ما نبلش بس حابة أعرف كaudience, are the majority students or faculty, staff?
Yes, both.
Both, okay. All right, great. So first of all, let me introduce myself. So my name is Nadine Haddad. I'm the product marketing manager for the region, which includes North Africa, East Med, and Pakistan. Okay, and I've been in this role for the past year. Before that, I was actually handling a product called Live at EDU, which is the predecessor of Office 365 for education. I believe, I don't know how many of you are familiar with the Live at EDU, but it's also one of our cloud services. Today, all Office 365, all Live at EDU, all Live at EDU universities and schools will be migrated to Office 365 for education, which was launched in Jordan in June. So it has been now around 4 to 5 months. Okay. So basically today, I wanted to first of all talk to you. First of all, let's make this as interactive as possible. If you have any questions, please feel free to unmute and ask me directly. So I wanted to take the next 20 to 30 minutes to give you a high-level overview of what Office 365 for education is. After that, I would like to also take 20 minutes or so to give you a live demo. So I will show you, first of all, how to enroll and then walk you through some scenarios. And then we'll leave around 10 minutes for questions in case you have any. Okay, is that fine with everyone?
Yes, fine.
Okay, great.
Go ahead, great.
All right. So first of all, before going into details about Office 365 for education, I wanted to lay the ground of what the cloud service trends are in education and what we hear from our customers in terms of cloud services and the trends happening in the education sector. So the first pillar is around meeting students and educator needs. Okay, so today, as you all know, the needs of students and educators are becoming much more sophisticated. So in schools today, I know from myself at home, we have access to the best technologies. We have access to tablets, smartphones, Facebook, and so on. So the generation that's coming up is already very, very IT-oriented, IT-savvy. And at the same time, we have the older generation, like my parents, for example, who are a bit less adapted to technology. So in today's world, we have to really, meet the needs of both our students, our educators, the different generations, and so on. And this is one very important item that we took into consideration when we were designing Office 365 for education. By the way, I'm not sure if you're asking me questions because I cannot see. Okay. I thought maybe these were questions for me, so I cannot see. If you have a question, just please ask it, unmute and ask because I can't see the window. Okay, now looking at the second pillar, which is learning from anywhere. Okay, so today, again, we have mobile people. So people are always on the move. I know from myself, again, I'm either at home, in the car, at work, in an internet cafe, and wherever I am, I expect to be able to check my email. I expect to be able to access my documents. I expect to have access to my email and documents from any device that I own. Okay, so in terms of learning from anywhere as a student or as a teacher, also we need to make sure that data is accessible from anywhere and from any device. The third very important pillar as well when we talk, when we look at the trends is the fact that today institutions want to get more for less. Basically they want to get more functionality, more advanced features for less effort, less time, less money, and so on. Okay, so this is a very important also part that the cloud services also help. Now, the fourth pillar, which is also very, very crucial, is the security, privacy, and reliability. So today a lot of institutions hear about the cloud, okay, the cloud services, and so on. But at the same time, they don't want to compromise their data privacy and their data security, right? And they want to make sure that there's a proper uptime, that there is no downtime, that they're able to have a very secure platform with no viruses and so on. So this is also another very important aspect that we need to help tackle with Office 365 for education. Now, moving to the next slide, I'm hoping you can see. If you can't see the next slide, let me know. There might be an issue with the connection. But
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yeah, we can see it. It's clear.
All right. So another thing is the vision. So Microsoft's vision on the future of productivity. Okay. So again, when we look at productivity and the way we see it in the future, first of all, is something that I mentioned in the slide before, is accessed from anywhere on any device, be it PC, Mac, phone, any type of browser, i.e. Firefox or so on. So I really need to be able to access my data from any kind of device, any browser with a consistent experience as well. Okay, so this is how we see the future of productivity. Number one. Number two is the cloud on your own terms. And what do I mean by this? Is first of all, when an institution wants to move their students, for example, to the cloud, to the hosted, to Office 365, and they want to keep, for example, staff and faculty on premises. They want to keep the emails of their staff and faculty on local servers. We also support that. So we allow for that coexistence between the local on-premises world and the online Office 365 cloud world. Okay, so our ability to support that is also one way we are very proud of as part of our offering, and if you want, Microsoft's strategy in education. Okay, and this is another thing. And another thing that is meant by cloud on your own terms is the ability to migrate at your own pace. So if you want to move today, for example, only the alumni, you can do that, and then in a couple of years decide to move a specific faculty, and then at the end of the day, even if you have people on the cloud and other people on premises, you still have the similar platform on both, because it's for example, for email we use Exchange Online for the cloud, and we use Exchange Server for the on-prem. So the platform is fundamentally the same. Now, last but not least, when we talk about collaboration and productivity. So Microsoft's definition of what collaboration is actually very broad. So here we're talking beyond email. We're talking beyond just simple emailing or so on. We're talking about unified communication. Okay, so when we talk about unified communication is basically what we're doing today. I'm presenting to you. So think about it in an educational perspective. I can have a class, an online class, with all my students, with a Q&A, very effectively using Link. Link is also one of the components of Office 365. Okay, so this is one area of productivity. Another thing is collaboration. Okay, again, what we're doing today, I didn't have to be in Jordan to give you this session. I can do it overline, we can exchange information, we can communicate, we can share presentations, and so on. Enterprise content management, okay, so when we talk about sites, so me as a faculty member, and I'll show you a demo of this, I can actually have my own site where I post my documents, my exams, my syllabus, and so on. Business intelligence, okay, it's also part of productivity. So using Excel to make sense out of data, okay, this is also part of Office 365 in a way. Enterprise search, also being able to search for people, for contacts, for documents, for sites, and so on. So moving on to what Office 365 actually is in terms of features and components. So first of all, it's composed of the cloud-based versions of Exchange, Link, Office, and SharePoint. Okay, and I'll dig deeper into each one of those. So when we say Exchange, is first of all, Exchange is, I mean, as most of you know, is our emailing solution. It's an email, if you want, messaging server. Today, with Office 365, institutions will actually get access to 25 gigabytes of email per user under the institution's domain. So today, you can have an institution that's at, for example, myschool.edu.jo. Okay, you can have your own domain, you can have subdomains, you can have as many domains as you wish as well. Okay, so each person, so the administrator of the university can add users, as many users as they wish, and each one will get 25 gigabytes of mailbox, which is plenty of storage. Okay, and as part of our offering, I'll show you in the next slide different plans that we have. But as part of our offering, we give you some of the plans. It's not the full rich desktop Outlook experience. It's more the, when I say web app, and this involves also Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, it's actually the versions of Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and OneNote that open within the browser. So these are basically, they allow you to do light editing. They don't contain the full-fledged desktop version of Word and Excel and PowerPoint and Outlook. It's a bit lighter, but it integrates with your desktop version. So if you can have this integration between the two, and it allows you to access, you don't need to have basically Office installed on your PC in order to access these web apps. Okay, they're available in the browser without the need for a local. So this is very useful when you're, let's say, at an internet cafe. You access your Office 365 account and you want to do a very light editing to your assignment online, and because the internet cafe doesn't have Word installed on the PC, so you can do that in the browser without having to have Word or Excel or so on. So I wanted to clarify this because some plans, so when I say Office web apps, I'm referring to the lighter versions of Office. And when I say the desktop or the client version, I'm talking about the full Office that we all are familiar with, okay? So Office 365 includes both, and I'll show you in the next slide what that means. Again, we have, if we look still at the Exchange Online box, there's also Windows Phone, iPhone, Nokia, and BlackBerry support. So you can sync your email with your mobile devices. We have premium antivirus, anti-spam using Forefront online protection for Exchange. So we have a multi-layered security and antivirus, anti-malware engine. You can also use the amazing features of Exchange, which allow you to share calendars, contacts and tasks and so on. We also have email archiving. Okay, so if the institution wants to have an offline version of the data of their institution's emails, then we provide that as well. Now, moving on to Link Online. So for those of you who don't know, Link is basically our unified messaging solution. It's what I'm using now to connect. It's what we're all using now to connect to this meeting. So with Link Online, where you can do instant messaging and presence, of course, PC to PC calls. Okay, so here you can have PC to PC calls and video calling. Unfortunately, today we don't support PC to landline or PC to mobile phone calls at this point as part of this offering. We also have, again, video conferencing, screen sharing, which is what we're doing. We also have, one great feature of our solution is the integration between all of this. So today, from my Outlook, like what I just did now is I logged into my Outlook, and from it, I started the meeting. And I can see from my Outlook presence on Link. So that integration is among all our solutions is also one area we're very proud of as part of our cloud solutions. Now, moving on to Office Professional Plus. So Office Professional Plus, again, I mentioned we have the full Office experience as well as the Office web apps experience. Okay, so here, again, we're all familiar. I don't think I need to talk about this lengthy. We're all very dependent on our Office applications. They're familiar. You have consistency among the web apps and the desktop versions. So it's very easy to use. Now moving on to SharePoint Online. SharePoint is, again, for those of you who don't know, it's our, if you want, our document management, collaboration management platform. So this is where the institution or you can store your assignments, your documents, and so on. You can have your own personal storage on SharePoint, or you can have a shared storage where you can share information among people. You decide, I mean, we have the different levels of permissions on SharePoint, okay? And another thing you're able to do on SharePoint is the public website. So the institution can actually create a public website on SharePoint. And I'll demo some of that and how easy it is to actually create a website on SharePoint. One thing I also wanted to mention is on top of the 25 gigabyte Exchange email storage that each user will get, they will get 500 megabytes on SharePoint to store documents and create sites. And on top of that, the institution will get 10 gigabytes per tenant. Okay, so here, I mean, as you can see, this is plenty of storage, great features. And just one note to also make this clear, this offering is, we have the same offering for our commercial customers, and basically banks, public sector, telcos, etc. So they have an Office 365 offering, which is exactly, it's exactly like the education.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, of course.
The question is, do we have an upload size limit, like the SkyDrive has, for each file?
Yes, there is an upload size limit. I don't have it on top of my head because I believe it has changed. I think they increased it, if I'm not mistaken. But yes, there is a limit. Yes, I can check that for you. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So moving on to the next slide. So this is basically our plans, or what we call our academic plans, A's for academic. So as you can see, for education, we have a very extremely attractive offering because it's actually free up to A2, okay, for both students, faculty, and staff. And what this means is that they get all the features that I mentioned to you in regard to the emailing, 25 gigabytes per user, conferencing, IM and presence, SharePoint collaboration, the Office web apps, okay, so the web apps, the ones that you can edit on the browser. All of these are for free as part of the A2 plan, okay? And basically, when it starts being at a cost is when we add Office Pro Plus, which is the desktop version, okay? And of course, this Office Pro Plus is basically like the Office that you all know today. It's available as a subscription. Yeah, basically, you will have to pay per user per month for the product. It's available to download for up to 5 PCs per user. And another thing that's available as part of the A3 plan is the voicemail and advanced archiving capabilities. So I mentioned before, A2 has personal archive. Okay, that means that a user can actually download their emails locally. But if the university or school, they want to have a centralized archiving capability that is scheduled and centrally managed and administered, then this is part of the A3 plan, and it will be at a cost. Okay? We also support Access and Excel forms, video services on SharePoint as part of the A3 plan. Okay, and the A3 plan is at $2.5 per user per month for students and $4.5 per user per month for faculty and staff. Okay, but
that's
again,
for the academic pricing, right?
Yes, this is academic. But that's for A3 only. A2, A1, and so on are for free. Okay. I wanted to mention also that today, I mean, I'm sure that there are a lot of students on the call, and I just want to clarify that this is institution, like the institution usually enrolls the school. It's not something that the student can actually log in and enroll themselves into. Okay, this is something managed by the institution. And just to clarify, because I've gotten some questions about this previously. Moving on to A4. So A4, again, it's unfortunately not available in our region. The only difference between A4 and the rest of the plans is the voice, which means PC to landline, PC to mobile, and so on. So I mentioned PC to PC is supported, so what we're doing today now is supported, but the ability to call from your PC to a landline or mobile is not supported. Okay, in our region, and this is not due to technical reasons, it's due to actually, if you want, legal, political reasons that have to do with telcos and so on. So this is the A4, it includes voice, and the pricing is below, but again, it's irrelevant for us. Okay, so now I just wanted to basically go back to the 4 pillars that I talked about at the beginning of this call, and I wanted to just show you how each one of how Office 365 for Education complements each one of these pillars and basically meets the needs of each one of these pillars. So first of all, when we look at meet the student and educator needs, okay, so if you look at Office 365, I mentioned before that the ability to work with Microsoft Office programs, okay, that users already count on, okay. So again, you're actually giving the students and teachers access to programs that they're already familiar with, so that there's no learning curve required, okay. They're familiar, we all know how to use these, they're part of the solution, okay. And another thing is the fact that these new software skills, like for example Outlook, I know from myself, I spend at least 80% of my time on Outlook daily. I spend more time with Outlook than my family, if anything. And being familiar with it from when you're in college is also very nice because it allows you to be more productive once you go to the workplace. And again, this is considering that most companies to use Outlook and Exchange today as an emailing system. So this will help prepare you for the future. Another thing is the ability to work on real-time assignments and group projects and research, okay? So again, I mentioned sites, so the ability to have sites as part of SharePoint, right? So today, once you have, let's say there's a site for a specific, you can create a site for a specific chemistry project. All of you in the group can actually collaborate on the same document at the same time. So this is a feature we call co-authoring. It's part of, it's a feature available in Office 2010 and up, and it allows people to work on the same document at the same time, okay, provided it's shared on a central location like SharePoint, okay. So for example, I'll be working on a Word paragraph, and someone else can work on it at the same time with me. It will notify me that, for example, Ammar is working on this paragraph. And once I hit save, it will show me the changes that were modified by Ammar. So for Word, this is locked at the paragraph level. Excel, it's locked at the cell level. PowerPoint at the slide level. Okay, so this is a very nice feature we also really like to use. Another thing is instant messaging and online classrooms. Okay, so today, I mean, if someone cannot make it to class, for example, or if there's a school that has multiple branches in different cities, you can actually have an online classroom, or using video, screen sharing. You can even start editing notes together. I'll try to demo some of this with you as we're at the end of this presentation. Again, I mentioned this already, having 25 gigs of mailbox is also a lot of storage that allows you to be more productive. And last but not least, as part of educator needs is the calendar. Okay, so the ability to see each other's calendars and to organize meetings and book rooms and share each other's schedules with each other. It just also allows you to be much more productive when you're working on group projects. Okay, so now moving to the second pillar, learning from anywhere. So again, I mentioned all of this, but I mean, it's great to make sure that that we all understand what different features are. So the ability to access your data anywhere, anytime. Okay, so this is again your emails, assignments, calendars are really accessible using any device, any browser, and it's all very easy to use. Okay, so consistent experience, PC, phone, browser. Even, by the way, a lot of people ask that cloud, is it all online? What if what if I want to work offline? You can work offline as well. If you have Office, the desktop version, you can work offline, and then once you have internet, connect and synchronize either your emails or upload your documents or so on. So you can work offline with Office. Also, again, I mentioned PC, Mac, Windows Phone, iPhone, iPad, Android, BlackBerry. Okay, so we kind of, it's across all the different devices. And again, one thing is that we use HTTPS connections, so very secure. I mean, it's without the need of any VPN. But again, I'll talk about security and reliability in the fourth pillar in more details. Okay, moving on to the getting more for less. So here I mentioned before that institutions and educators and teachers expect to have more IT functionality at a reduced cost. So today, I mean, institutions don't want to have to pay for licensing, hardware, maintenance costs, but at the same time, they want to give students the best functionality that they get at home, right? Once they use let's say, social networking sites or the different programs that they're accustomed to at home. So with the cloud, this is very, very possible. So as you know, I mean, first of all, you saw that up to A2, it's for free. Okay, and if you think about it, I mean, I don't know how many of you are a bit more technical here, but if you think about it, I showed you the ability to create sites on SharePoint, or the ability to all the storage that we give. If you think if an institution had to build that solution on premises locally, they would have to spend, first of all, much more, and it would need much more effort, and it would need much more technical expertise, maintenance costs, and so on. So with the cloud, you actually can give all these great enterprise level features very quickly and at a very, very reasonable or actually no cost almost for education. Again, I mentioned, I didn't talk about management, but this is also a very important part, is the ability to manage these services. Okay, so today as an IT administrator in a school or university, I want to be able to control what users can see, what they can access, all of these different administrative stacks, the roles, and so on. So this is also, we provide a very simple management interface that I'll also demo to you, and we give it all for, it's all available as part of the service. And another thing I wanted to mention is the role-based access. So today, if I want to have, for example, an administrator that resets passwords, I can give him that specific access to do only that specific task. Okay, so I can have different administrators doing different jobs, which is also a very nice and important feature that we provide. And one more thing, another thing is the support. So again, we provide as part of this 24/7 IT Pro phone support, or you can have also web support via electronic ticketing. Okay. One last thing I want to mention on this point is also the interoperability with existing systems. So today we have a lot of schools that have their own school information system, be it Blackboard or Vanguard or Moodle or any or maybe a local one that they built on .NET or whatever it is. So today we provide web services, and if you want APIs that allow any institution to communicate with our cloud, with Office 365, okay, and provide single sign-on with our cloud, okay? Single sign-on is the ability to log in with one username and passwords to two different systems, be it the Office 365 and let's say the school information system that your school has. Okay, so we create this ability to actually integrate different platforms. It also makes our solution very open. Okay, and last, I wanted to also discuss the security, reliability, and privacy. Okay, so these are very important also. I mentioned them earlier. So as part of our solution, we guarantee 99.9% uptime. Okay, and this is in our SLA, service level agreement. And so for our enterprise plans, so non-education, so for any plan that's free, we are, for any plan that's paid, we are actually financially backed, which means that if there is any downtime, we actually give back money to the institution on the downtime. Okay, but this is only for the paid plans. Okay, so this shows also our commitment to the cloud. Another thing is our data centers. So today we have 6 main data centers worldwide. We have 2 in the US, 1 in Ireland, and 1 in Holland. And then we have also I believe in Hong Kong, and if I'm not mistaken, Singapore, 2 in Asia, basically. And when I say data centers, I'm talking about huge state-of-the-art football field-sized data centers. So we're talking very, very big and very sophisticated data centers. And they're all geo-redundant, which means that in the unlikely event of, let's say, a whole data center falling or crashing, we actually have your data backed in another data center. Okay, so we have geo-redundancy across our data centers. Another thing is an anti-spam and antivirus. So today we have also multiple virus scanning engines. We use our forefront solution for antivirus and anti-spam. Also if you want, you can read more about it also online. We have a site called the Trust Center, if you're interested about our privacy and security and data centers. If you go to Microsoft.com and you click Trust Center, you can find plenty of white papers, plenty of documents on all of these details. Now, another thing is that we comply with the main industry standards like ISO certifications, like EU Safe Harbor laws, different more country-specific laws. Also, if you go to the Trust Center, you can read more about these in more detail. Okay. Again, I talked about the role-based access and the ease of management available as part of this. I don't want to spend too much time on this for now. I'd like to actually show you, I have a couple more slides, and I'd like to show you firsthand what the platform is like. Okay. Does anybody have any questions at this point? Is this clear? Am I talking too fast?
Any questions so far? I think it's clear.
Okay.
Good.
Great.
Go ahead. Yes, continue.
Okay. So, a couple more things I wanted to share with you is, first of all, our continuous investment in the cloud. So today, in terms of our roadmap, we actually communicate our roadmap, okay, every 90 days. And not only do we communicate, but we also accept input from our partners, our customers, and even internally. So if you have any, for example, feature that you think that should be available as part of our offering, you can actually go online and request it. And what happens is that we have a cycle where we actually filter the top features that identified, and then every 6 to 8 weeks, we go through a prioritization cycle where we select the top ones and include them in the new versions of Office 365. And the nice thing here is that since it's all hosted on our service, it's in the cloud, the update happens in the background. So it's you'll notice that whenever you're working, you'll see new features popping up constantly, like new and improved features. Okay, so this is also one thing I wanted to share with you. So another thing is I wanted to share some names that are available. So the names that you see in front of you, I know that you're probably looking at the University of Jordan here. So they're using Live at EDU, not necessarily Office 365. But as I mentioned, all Live at EDU universities and institutions will be migrated to Office 365 for education in the coming couple of months. Okay, so in Jordan, actually, we have a lot of schools and universities on Live at EDU currently. I think we have Al-Hashimiyya, Tafila, Just as well. If you look at the names on the slide in front of you, you'll notice also some very important schools like the University of Pennsylvania, which is an Ivy League school in the US. You have also the Kentucky Department of Education, this was one of the biggest deployments of Live at EDU that we had in the region at the time. We're talking about thousands, I think it was, I can't remember at this point, but I think it was 300,000 or actually even millions of students moved to Live at EDU. Okay, last I wanted to share with you just the fact that different universities and different students actually underwent different types of deployment. So you have here, for example, the first institution decided to go purely online, the Kentucky Department of Education. They decided to move everybody to the cloud. They wanted everyone to have on Live at EDU Office 365, so they were able to do that. Now you have another case where Middlesex University in the UK wanted to have a hybrid approach. So they wanted to have 33 of their students to be using Office 365 and actually leave the rest of the faculty and staff on premises using Microsoft Exchange Server and the rest of the suite. So they're able to do that as well. We have another case, which is the Eastern Washington University, where they decided to go gradually. So they started with 2,200 students, then slowly added 2,600, and then now they want to move all their alumni as well. Okay, so this is at your own pace. You can move at your own pace to the cloud. Okay, so I'm done with this high-level view. Again, I would like to show you a demo, first a live demo. If you have any questions at this point, let me know, or I'll start with the demo. I think we have 15 minutes, which is actually, we're a bit late, but it's okay. Okay, I'm gonna have to reshare my screen. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to share my desktop. Can you let me know once you see my screen?
Yes.
You see the Office 365 page?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so the first I want to show you is actually how to enroll. Okay, and again, this is something the institution, can do. The thing is, all of you can actually sign up for trials, so you have access to this. Anybody can sign up for a trial to check out and explore the system. So what I did is, first of all, I logged into Microsoft.com/Office365. Okay, so Microsoft.com/Office365. Then you click on Buy Now. Okay, you will get our commercial offerings. Select education. So here, plans and pricing, you'll see education. Okay, compare plans. And then you'll be taken to the sign up page. Okay, it tells you that you can sign up for a 30-day trial, after which you can verify your eligibility. And then this will take you, so what they mean is by verify eligibility, and which I will walk you through now, is we need to make sure that you're a valid and eligible educational institution to be able to use our free academic plans. Okay, and the way we do that is, first of all, once you insert your domain, your institution's domain, we ask for a couple of information as well. So based on that information, we verify. If we need more information from your end, we will ask. Also, the local team like myself and Ammar, which is actually on the call, will actually verify if there's any more needed information from our side. Okay, so then I click. So here you can see I explained the A2, A3, A4 plans. Okay, so let me sign up for a 30-day trial just to show you how easy it is. Oops, sorry, I have to sign out of an account. Okay, so here I select Jordan. Okay, English. I can put my name. XYZ University. I'll just put fake data for now, just for the sake of time. Okay, here it's important you put a valid email so that they send you notifications on it. So for now, I'll also put a fake one though. Okay, and here this is a domain that we provide to you for your testing, or you can actually keep it. It's you decide what you want the name to be. So let's say XYZ School. It comes on Microsoft.com. Okay, but of course you'll get to add your own. Then you can specify the admin, the name of the administrator. So you can either put a name, you can put a password. This is the administrator of the platform. And then, oops. Sorry. Okay, so this is, unfortunately, I will not proceed with this just because we will ask for verification. So you need the Jordanian number in order to put the verification code. So once you proceed with this, you simply have to click I accept and continue. And once you click I accept and continue, you'll be able to have access to what I'm going to show you now, which is this portal. Okay, just 2 seconds. I will need to sign in again. Okay, so this is what you get when you first. I'm an administrator. I have access to all these features. So here you can see I have admin shortcuts where I can reset user passwords, add new users, assign user licenses. I can manage my Exchange environment, my link environment, and my SharePoint environment. And here you can see I'm going to click on users just to show you, like, these are all my users on my domain. So my domain is called MEA ASC 365E for HE. I know it's complicated, but again, I mentioned you can have your own domains. And just to show you here, you can either add users one by one, or you can bulk add them using a CSV file. Okay, so it's very, very simple. I mean, here, you just have to enter the details. If you have multiple domains, you'll be able to see multiple selections here. You can select which domain you want. You can enter more details about the user as well here. So it's a very, very straightforward process, very user-friendly as well. One thing I wanted to mention also is, for example, if here in my case I want Ahmad, like a lot of institutions don't want to give students the ability to instant message. So here, if I don't want Ahmed to be able to instant message, what I do is I'll remove the link online plan and save it. So he won't have access to link, basically. So you have control over that as well. Now, one more thing I wanted to show you, actually many things. So we have, first of all, I wanted to walk you through the email. I didn't dig deep into the administrative tasks because there are plenty of tasks. You can even control your mail flow. So if you want people not to be able to send emails to a specific domain outside your institution, the administrator can control that as well. If you want to have a disclaimer at the end of every email that leaves your domain, you can also do that. So there are many, many very advanced features that you can do as part of the administration. Now, moving to the email. So now let's suppose I'm a normal user. Okay, so I'm still logged in as an admin, but this is available for every user. So here, as you can see, for those of you who are familiar with Outlook, it's the Outlook web app. It's very similar to Outlook. And I have my inbox, my unread mails, my sent items, and so on. I have also my, oops, sorry. Okay. I can add multiple emails. So here, by the way, if you have an email client, you can also connect to it. So you can connect this to your own email client if it supports POP3 or MAPI, if it's Outlook. You can also here add external emails. So I can add, let's say, my personal Hotmail or live.com or so on. I have my contacts here, so I didn't add any, but if I had, I could see they're also present. Here, I mean, you can see I'm available online. I can put myself as busy or do not disturb. If I have do not disturb, this is link. If it's not disturb, I mean, people cannot talk to me. Then you have the calendar. Okay, so I mentioned that you can create a meeting. If you have a group project, you can create a meeting. For example, you can see all the people in the address book. So these are all Professor Chris, for example. You want to set up a meeting with Professor Bob, sorry. So you select Bob, okay. Okay, you can check his calendar if he allows for you to share it as well. Or you can put, for example, biology review, put a location, class A, put a date, the time, and then you send his way. Okay, so I put it in 5 minutes, so it gave me a reminder. Okay, so it comes on your calendar. You can share calendars. You can change publish the calendar also to the internet and so on. Okay, so you have all the full features of a lot of the full features of Outlook. Now moving on to Steam sites. Okay, I think I'm facing some internet issues. Okay. Okay, so this is where so I want to show you basically here for this specific demo. Professor Bob Kelly is his own page. Okay, so this was done using SharePoint, and I'll show you just quickly after I show you a couple of what was done here, how to add, for example, a note board. Okay, so here, so as you can see, Professor Bob Kelly has his own site, and he can decide who to give access to the site to. Okay, provided, of course, the administrator gives him permission to create a site, or maybe creates it on his behalf. Again, this is all, it could be centrally managed. Now, here he has announcements, so you can see here, for example, holiday break, Okay, you can see he has an announcement on it, and he has a note telling everyone to enjoy the holidays. Here, he has upcoming assignments, so every student, instead of having to send back and forth emails, what they can do is just log in here. He can see the midterms, okay, what their dates, what the homework details are, okay. Then here he has also the syllabus. So the syllabus of the page, instead of having to print it out and distribute it to all the students, you can just put it here. The grading and attendance as well. Okay, so it's a nice central repository, if you want, for all information about the environmental science class. He also has a calendar. So the nice thing here is he can add an item. So if I click on it, and I want to add, let's say there's a field trip, okay? So I want to say Petra field trip, okay? He wants to organize a field trip with everybody. So he can put it on the calendar, specify a date, a time. It could be a get together with the class, okay? All day event, okay? And then save it. Once it's saved, it's available on the calendar, so he can even put exam dates. Okay, he can put so many things on his calendar, and students will just have to go and just check it from there, which is just much easier than having to orchestrate everything between every student. Okay, and one thing I wanted to show, just how easy to create this site, and I wanted to show you a quick example on that. So what I want to do is I want to add a new noteboard here, so that students can actually write their comments on my site. So here, all I have to do is click Edit. Okay, I select here, I click Insert. Web parts. So here it gives me the ability to insert the calendar, announcements. So you see it's all available very easily. Now if I click web parts, okay, I just want to show you this last example. Social collaboration, let's say I want a node board, okay. Add. Okay, it added it. Now I just have to save and close. Okay, and look what's available. So now what I can do is, hi everyone, can you share your notes, please, or post? Okay, automatically posted, and it specified the date. It's integrated with link. So here you see Office. My name is Office 65 Administrator, but let's say I'm Nadine Haddad. It would show Nadine Haddad, and it's just that you can have notes about a specific, page or assignment or so on, and it was so easy to create. So this is just a quick example. Last, I just wanted to show you the search. Okay, so here, let's say I want to search in Prof. Bob Kelly's class. I want to search for documents that are related to science. So I click on science, and automatically I get all the documents available that have science in them. And the nice thing here is I can filter if I want all the Word documents, I can filter all the Word documents. If I want by author, any author, or Kimura Carter. I mean, it's just such a very user-friendly search experience as well. Okay, so I mean, this is what I wanted to show as part of this demo. I don't think we have time for more, unfortunately. Okay, so I think that's it from my side. I don't know if you have any questions before. It's already 3. I think we're on time, actually. Let me show you one last thing. I want to write a poll to get your view on Office 365, and this is a feature of Link, which is also available as part of the Office 365 offering. So I'm going to write a poll, and I want you all to give me your feedback. Okay. You have to accept the poll. Okay, so this is another
guys,
great feature.
يلا. شباب تصويت voting. Please. كيف شفتوا السيشن of 365?
I didn't give them options, by the way. I kind of just wrote the same thing. But by the way, this is one of the great features of Office 365. Is also, I mean, think about it in a class perspective. If someone's giving a lecture and she wants to test the knowledge of the students, you know, she can ask the question and have them answer. And see, from my side, I mean, here I can see how many people answered, what's the percentage of each answer, and so on. So that was it from my side. Any questions?
Any question? Any questions, shabab? Guys? I think it's clear, really. It's amazing session, Nadine.
Thank you.
Really, thank you very much for you. بس إن شاء الله يكونوا شباب أكيد استفادوا من هالسيشن اليوم.
إن شاء الله.
I hope. Prima. No comment. Thank you, Nadine. Thank you very much, and thank you, attendees, for your attention and your time. Thank you, Nadine. Really, it's amazing session. Thank you very much, Nadine.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye, bye, bye.
Bye, bye.